Hey everyone, welcome back to the Therapy Minute. Shira Davis, licensed clinical social worker. So thank you all so much for tuning in. We are continuing in our lecture series about Dr. Becky Kennedy and in her talk with Andrew Huberman. So we already spoke about the concept of how to set boundaries effectively and what boundaries really are, common misconception. And we also spoke about the concept of being a sturdy leader, a sturdy parent, right? Which is somebody that knows themselves very, very well and knows somebody else too, but their knowledge of themselves is not really affected at all by the other person, by somebody else's opinions, beliefs, whatnot, needs, right? So today we are going to talk about a concept in relation to the boundaries and being a sturdy leader, right? But another kind of component of that, okay? So we're going to talk about the other relationship. Andrew Huberman really, brings this concept up, and he talks about this other relationship. So what does that mean? That's a very healthy relationship where we're not symbiotic. We're not like connected like one. We're not like one person. We are an other and an other, two separate individuals that come together in a relationship, but they are separate, right? You have a self and they have a self, right? It's not this concept of being in a relationship where one person has a self and the other person doesn't have a self, right? Or maybe two people have a self and then they meld and merge together, symbiotic. Or maybe two people don't have a self and they totally merge together. Those are not healthy. I apologize for the background noise, guys. Sorry, the dogs are a little hyper today. So this other relationship is incredibly healthy, and that really comes up a lot when we're talking about boundaries, okay? Now this can be in friendships, romantic relationships, and parenting, which is what Dr. Becky primarily talks about, right? But we can relate this to all different types of relationships. So Dr. Becky goes in depth in this concept of the other relationship in terms of parenting. And we will also talk about it in terms of other relationship, but let's jump into what Dr. Becky says. So she's talking about in parenting, a lot of times we have this merge of feelings, okay? Let's say, kids are getting upset because you set a boundary, right? So let's give an example. It's a special day, you're letting the kids have a little bit of candy and they want more and more and more and more, right? So you set up a boundary, right? You tell your kids, guys, we said that we're only having one more treat or whatever. And after that, I need you to put it away. And if you guys don't put the whatever away, I'm going to come and I will, put it away for you. You can do it yourself, or I'm going to come and I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it away. Okay, so you set that boundary in place. But then, of course, the kids don't put it away, right? Maybe they do, but in this situation, they don't, right? So you have to come and you have to enforce that boundary. And then as you do that, the kids start crying. No, mommy, just one more. Please, mommy, please, just one more, mommy, right? And then if this is not a healthy other relationship, the parent can start to kind of like merge feelings together, right? The parent starts to feel bad. Like, oh no, my kid is so sad. Oh, I kind of feel bad for them. Maybe I really shouldn't enforce this boundary, right? But hold on a second. Just a second ago, you were firm in your boundary. You knew you have to set boundaries for your family, right? You knew this is not going to end well. I know my kids. I know what happens when they get too much sugar, or I know biology and I know it's just not good for them. So I'm firm. But then once the kid shows emotion, we kind of blend in with their emotion and we start to feel bad, or maybe we start to feel guilty, and like our feelings get merged with theirs. And that is not healthy. I think this is something that a lot of parents struggle with. I know I struggle with this too. So we really need to be, first of all, very aware of that kind of symbiotic, not healthy relationship. And we need to have that other relationship. However, like we spoke about with boundaries, we got to do it with empathy and validation, right? We're not going to be strict drill sergeant, right? We're going to lead with empathy. We're going to validate their feelings. Oh, I know you really wanted another candy. Oh, I know. I see that it's so, you really wanted it so badly. right? So we're going to be empathic with them, but we are going to stay firm. That's enough for today, and we're going to put it away. Okay, so it's very important that we have to make sure that we're not merging with our kids' feelings. And then when that happens, actually, and then we start changing the boundary and we're changing up the rules, there's going to be serious role confusion, right? Because you're not acting like the parent anymore. And then what's going to happen is the kids are going to actually get scared, okay? And their behavior is going to escalate because they don't have a sturdy leader. And that's what kids need. Kids need a sturdy leader, okay? Now, right, we have to remember to not get wrapped up in our kids' feelings, but set the boundary, be firm, be sturdy, but lead with empathy. Now, let's talk about this in relationship, in romantic relationships, right? So, in romantic relationships, it's obviously really important to have an other, two separate beings, right? Now, just because you are sturdy, you know yourself, you can still understand your partner's needs, wants, principles and whatnot, but you don't have to bend and follow every single little thing, you know, becoming one. Obviously, we should be similar, right? If we're going to be romantic partners, but you don't have to, you know, you can have empathy for somebody, but not be exactly identical to them, okay? So very important in romantic, in friendships, and parental relationships, okay? So I want to remind you guys that if you are enjoying this content, please feel free to like and subscribe and to share. If you know somebody that this could be really helpful for, please share it to them. Next time, we are going to talk a little bit more. We're going to do a little nuance on the boundary. Dr. Becky Kennedy discusses in a little bit more detail about those boundaries. So we're going to talk a little bit more about boundaries next time. So tune in. I'll see you later. Take care. Bye.